And welcome back to Washington Commanders Insider. The Washington Commanders defeat the New York Giants 27-22. They go ahead and sweep the season series. And so let's start with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels, you see 15 of 22, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns today, no interceptions, and no sacks. I thought that he did a terrific job as far as managing this football game. And then also, too, just making sure that the Washington Commanders stayed into some positive plays today. Did a great job as far as doing the little things and not just the huge plays today. And that's something that has been really big, I think, for this Washington Commanders team as they have really turned it around this season. Next up, just looking at the running game. And so the Washington Commanders continue to get it done on the ground. Austin Eckler, who I thought could have a good day today, had 11 carries, 42 yards, and he also had a touchdown today. I think coming into this, his season high as far as carries was 9 carries. So I knew that when Brian Robinson Jr. went down with that hamstring injury, or he was inactive for today, I kind of felt that he was going to be really a big part of this game plan today. So he comes out, he gets the lone rushing touchdown for the Commanders. Chris Rodriguez Jr., 11 carries, 52 yards. Actually outplays Jeremy McNichols, who I thought would get a little bit more time here. Jeremy McNichols has had a pretty good season thus far, but Chris Rodriguez Jr., 52 yards on the day. Jaden Daniels adds 35 yards, but 149 yards total. And on the flip side of this, the New York Giants actually outrushed us. They had 164 yards on the day. I think Daniel Jones, he had a really good day, had the touchdown, 7 carries, 54 yards. Tyrone Tracy Jr., I talked about his impact, how good he has been. 16 carries, 66 yards. Devin Singletary, 7 carries, 33 yards. So as good as the Commanders did as far as running the football, we actually got beat in that category today. As far as receiving, have got to give a lot of credit to Terry McLaurin, because he did not have a lot of yards, didn't have a lot of receptions, but every time he touched the football, it was a touchdown today. 2 touchdowns. He only had 19 yards. It was Noah Brown who had a pretty good day today. 5 receptions, 60 yards. Had some pretty receptions, some good thrown balls from Jaden Daniels. Then also, too, Zacchaeus, 2 receptions, 48 yards. The veteran coming over here, being an impact for the Washington Commanders. So that was huge for us today. As far as the New York Giants, keeping Malik Neighbors to 59 yards. Remember, he had a huge day against us in week 2. And so to keep him to 9 receptions, 59 yards, kept him out of the end zone, which was pretty good. Theo Johnson caught a pretty good touchdown pass late, 3 receptions, 51 yards. Darius Slayton added 49 yards here. So as far as the totals are concerned there, the Washington Commanders outgained the Giants in that department as far as receiving yards are concerned. And so, defensively, I think that the Giants really struggled in the secondary. And it started with Deonte Banks. I talked about him being a key to this matchup, talked about how he got benched against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Terry McLaurin, he just got the best of him today. When you looked at the footage, there was one time he caught him just flat-footed, and then Terry McLaurin caught a beautiful touchdown pass there. And so that was tough, I think, for the Giants. And I think for Washington, really the key for us is we have got to get better as far as stopping the running game. I mean, I think that is going to be an issue for us now. I think it was before, it was trying to tighten up the big plays in the secondary, which they did get some big plays. Make no mistakes about it, because Daniel Jones, 20 of 26, 174 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns, and we didn't pick him off. But still, there were some splash plays in the secondary that were made there. We didn't do anything as far as having a pass interference call. At least I didn't see anything here as far as the stats are concerned. But, that was a big takeaway as far as just defensively, man. We have got to make sure that we just find a way to stop these teams from gashing us. Because I think when they start to gash us, it's going to open us up in the secondary a little bit more as we start to play some better teams, add a little bit closer into like a postseason situation. You need to take away something from these teams and make it tough. But, that is the one key takeaway I would say defensively for us. We did take advantage of their secondary. When I look at the team stats in this one, interesting because I talked about the Giants and being able to have extended drives. They had 25 first downs compared to our 21, so they beat us there as far as first downs are concerned. Third down efficiency, we were 5 of 12. They were 6 of 11, so they found ways to convert some third down opportunities. We were both 2 of 2 as far as the fourth downs are concerned. We actually beat them by a play. Beat them overall with total yards 358 to 326. Total drives, we had 8. Another key takeaway for me is going to be the red zone. I talked about the Giants having a pretty good red zone defense, and we were able to convert 50% of those. 3 of 6. Would like to have seen a little bit more. I think that is something that we are going to have to get better at as we get deeper into the NFL season. So 3 of 6 today, but they were 2 of 3, so not too bad on their end. And I think another thing that probably is a bit concerning for us is going to be the penalties in this one. 5 penalties, 52 yards here, but they did beat us in the time of possession in this game, 32 minutes to our 28 minutes. So those are the key takeaways, I think, from a team standpoint. So anyway, the Washington Commanders take care of business. They win this game 27-22. And next up, the Washington Commanders are probably going to be talked about here as we get ready to move into the NFL trade deadline. I believe that's coming up on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, let's see if the Washington Commanders are going to make a move. Because the Washington Commanders, they looked pretty good as far as the receiving core. Got a chance to see this team still move the football, even though Terry McLaurin didn't have a lot of receptions. And we were able to still move the football. So that's a good sign. That's one of the things that has been talked about with this Commanders team is, do they need to go out and add another wide receiver? Do you go out there? Do you add another defender? Clearly, you can see that we need some help in the secondary. We obviously could use a little help there as far as the edge rusher is concerned to create some more pressure, even though we got the 2 sacks today. But, we have a tough game coming up. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is going to be at home, but still Pittsburgh Steelers have a pretty elite defense. Russell Wilson has had it going over the last couple weeks. And so we are going to see what this Washington Commanders team is made of as they get the win that they should have gotten here on the road against the Giants. So let me know in the comments, what is your key takeaway from today's game where the Washington Commanders win 27-22? All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. We'll be talking a little bit more about the NFL trade deadline, and then we'll start to go ahead and review what is to come against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so this is Rico, this Washington Commanders Insider. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.